Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Windy City Savage. Back at you, live at it. Go ahead, introduce yourself, coach.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. It is me, the Pointy Man, SG3. How y'all doing tonight?
You already know. With that cue, let's get into the predictions. Elimination Chamber is on Saturday at the United Center in Chicago, the Windy City itself. And it's on time for us to make our predictions. So, a quick background tonight on SmackDown. We did get a mystery attacker once again taking out Jey Uso to start off pretty much SmackDown. Jey Uso got carted off into an ambulance. All right, back at it. Let's go. So he got carted off into an ambulance. Jigga Batu looked concerned, looked angry, as well as other SmackDown superstars around him wondering what is going on. And when I mean SmackDown, you had all the top guys even looking around. So with that being said, Jey Uso is out of the Elimination Chamber because it was no point of him returning back for the Saturday, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And look, regardless how you feel, I mean, Jay was supposed to be the guy in there. It was supposed to be Bronson Reed. Mm-hmm. So they were saying that people that went to those superstores today, that they were seeing promotional ads for Bronson Reed and everybody else. So it was officially confirmed that Bronson Reed was originally going to be there. But obviously, due to the injury, an audible has been called. Jey Uso was the next man up. But in the end, it looks like they weren't 100% on Jey Uso himself. So they threw this angle instead where you had Jacob Fatu versus Logan Paul.
We're just Chicago guys. What more can we say, man?
Yeah, so anyways, Logan Paul is up and at it against Jacob Fatu later on tonight. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but what do you think? What is going on? Do you think this was the right move? Do you think it was best to take Jay out, or you think they should have let the Yeet Man yeet his way into the Elimination Chamber?
I know Mika's watching, and all I got to say is, honestly, dude, I'm actually a fan of the fact that they took him out because of the fact that, like, now you can tell they're actually listening to the fans. TK was hard to listen to the fans because he got so many dislikes the moment he won. I don't know if people are trying to be funny and troll him. I don't know what it is, but every single time that he's either won, he's about to win, or he got the number one contendership, people have disliked the video. People are not like really behind him as much as like. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, we do the yeet because it's popular. Everyone does it, but like as a wrestler, I don't think we like him.
I don't think it was necessarily TKO listening to the fans, because I highly doubt that. It was more to the fact that originally you had Bronson Reed going in, but if you think about it, there's no Vision members going into the chamber, so it only made sense for the next man up from the Vision to actually enter the chamber because we need somebody. We're down Bronson. We're down Braun Breaker. Now we're also down Seth Rollins. So we have nobody from the Vision going into the chamber. So it doesn't make sense in general for Jey Uso to be that guy. Mm-hmm. So it just made sense for Logan Paul to get to the chamber. And I think he was the right man up because it doesn't make sense for Theory to go in. He's still fresh. And he's really not the guy. He's really not top tier.
He's a little bit rusty on the mic.
I wouldn't say he's rusty on the mic. I just don't think they found his character yet because he's trying to be too much of a heel, like that I hate everybody type of heel. Because he was pretty good on the mic before. The issue is that they're trying to make him this badass, silent, say a few words type of heel, but he's not that guy, man. He's more the cocky, arrogant heel. But
like what Logan Paul is, but you can't have that.
You can't have too many of it, which is unfortunate. I think it works regardless. I think it works well. But I don't know. WWE has their whole boring version of every damn group. Actually. So regardless. And anyways, look, so let's just talk a little controversy in my eyes. Earlier today, it seems like Jey Uso did end up going on a few, I guess, he went on a few shows today, early in the morning. ESPN was one of them. I'm not sure on the show because I don't watch none of that stuff. But he ended up coming in, and you could tell the man was like either hungover or he's been drinking a couple of mimosas in the morning because he was drunk, or he was out of it. He was kind of orange. He was getting a tan out there in the Windy City.
Nah.
No, so it looks like he was out of it. Again, it's not the first time we've seen Jay shitface on TV.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know, there's not many people talking about this right now, but in my eyes, I can see why he gets gassed out inside of his matches when he was a single superstar. Because if you're has an issue with the alcohol, I'm not saying he does, but if there's an issue with alcohol and you're coming in hungover in these matches, you're dehydrated pretty quick. As a guy used to drink a lot and then obviously train the next day, you're dehydrated like crazy and you need a lot of water to get support back in as you work out. But the issue is with him, he's on a wrestling match on live TV. You can't just go get a water break or go to get what you call those prime energy drinks, whatever they are. Yeah, you're on national TV, and now I can see why he gets gassed out so easily. And not only that, but it just doesn't look professional. All this stuff is going to get videotaped back, and you're trying to prove a point that you're still the main event guy, but all this shows is that you're still lack of immaturity.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just doesn't look like a good image in my eyes of him. And where he goes from here now, I think he's just gonna end up in the tag scenes is probably best for him. But that's the thing. Jimmy being out, what does he do now? I don't know. I really don't know. I really have no hope for him. So overall, I like this whole ideal of him being eliminated off the chamber. I do think Logan is the best guy to fit in there, and I think he's gonna do some crazy spots like he always does at these chambers.
I wonder if he's gonna doodle again.
I don't know, maybe not, because I don't think it's his time to do a crazy spot. So let's just go off for our first match prediction, and that would be the men's chamber, and this is gonna be for the Undisputed Championship, by the way, guys, for SmackDown's brand against Drew McIntyre. So the winner of this is going to go off to WrestleMania to face off Drew McIntyre. And let's name the participants. We got Randy Orton, LA Knight, yeah, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, which is a surprise in my eyes to even him being there, Trick Williams, and the last participant, and newly added, Logan Paul. Alrighty, so let's just talk about this off the bat. Who can you see these guys starting it off? Go ahead.
You first.
Go ahead. I'll let you start.
Trick and Javon.
I'm gonna say LA Knight.
Okay.
LA Knight, and I would go with Javon Evans. Because there's no way they're gonna have Trick go in there right away first, because they're trying to build this man up. I can see LA Knight and Javon Evans starting it off. And the reason I say LA Knight is because they're going to build a whole underdog story around him once again for him to just get eliminated. So it's the whole, we're going to tease you and still give you nothing, because you fans deserve nothing, like John Cena used to say last year around this time.
Yep.
So that's my prediction. They're trying to build a Trick, so it doesn't make sense for him to start off the whole chamber. And Logan Paul is probably going to be close to last, maybe last. Orton's going to be somewhere in the middle, as well as Cody Rhodes.
What do you think is going to be last?
I think Logan Paul. Okay. So regardless, who's going to do the craziest spots? I already think it's Javon Evans. With the OG cutter. He's going to eventually go all the way on top of the pod and just land it on someone. I don't know who. I'm kind of terrified.
I think it's going to probably be Trick, because I did see it when they were coming in today. I don't know if you saw, but as Javon was coming in, he kind of smacks Trick in the side of the head and then runs off.
But
so I can see that kind of like building a little feud.
But Randy Orton was the one who RKO'd him.
He did.
So I could actually see Javon Evans catching Orton as a revenge out of nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put my money on Randy Orton on this one. any other memorable moments? You think someone's gonna break a pot? You think someone's gonna get basically thrown so many times into the steel cage itself?
I think the one that's gonna get thrown in the most, either Logan or Javon.
I think it will be Logan Paul.
I think so, Logan. Like Logan's one of the top ones to choose for that, but I would say Javon's a close second.
Why are we picking on Javon, man? Come on, man. Just because he's freshly new. I don't know. I think it's mostly Logan.
Well, it's because Javon Evans, if you think about it, they're not really building him. They're still trying to find his character. They're still trying to like work with him.
I don't know if they're not building him.
But Trick Williams is being built like fast.
But that's the thing. I wouldn't say Javon Evans is not being built because to be
No. So okay. Let me rephrase myself. When I'm saying being built, he is being built by his match style. But like everything else, though, it's not there. The only other one I can see aside from Javon, who's getting hit the most in the cage, will be LA Knight.
I can see LA Knight
or Logan Paul.
I can see LA Knight and Logan Paul just because they like to bury LA Knight more.
Yeah.
And then have his ass get beat up and then eventually get eliminated close to the end. Tease us for nothing. I could also see an angle starting between finally Orton and Cody where Orton does some dirty tactics or where Cody eliminates Orton himself. And then sets up a feud.
Or it could be a Triple H Batista thing.
Which would be
Cody can save Randy and he doesn't, or vice versa. Randy can save Cody and he doesn't.
But that's the thing. Why would you save someone when they're not even part of a team, though? They're just friends. Which friends don't mean nothing in Chamber, especially when you're faces.
Or it could be like last three, and be like we could have been the last two. Like they could be off that angle. We could have been the last two. No one around us is the last two. It's just me versus you. Blah blah blah. I could see them building off that angle.
But at that point, someone has to turn heel, and the only one to do that would be Orton because all the build up. Yeah, but it still wouldn't make sense storyline though. I just think something's gonna happen. Could be a betrayal, but that's the thing. It's in the end of the day, there's a lot of angles here you could go off of. So I don't know where they're going with all this, but we're having Logan Paul inserted. I get that they want to have a Vision member just to make you think the division might be going over, but I highly doubt it.
Nah.
But who do you have winning?
Yes, one.
Yeah.
You first.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And we're gonna pick it because of me. I just think it's Cody. Okay, so what do you think Cody for?
Because I feel like with Drew costing Jacob the match, that's gonna cause a triple threat, like we've been saying the whole time.
I just think WWE is boring.
Yeah.
Like they always are. And they think Cody Rhodes is the best suit to face Drew for the 7th fucking time in the last basically year. I don't like the booking. I hate the booking. I do rather see someone else going at Drew McIntyre. I mean, obviously, dream scenario, my top guy would be underdog LA Knight.
Yeah.
I could also see Randy Orton chasing the title because he still has 2 more titles to hit number 16. And I think he's well deserved. And I could see.
15. I think he's at 115.
Well, regardless, he should be the one winning. LA Knight should be the one winning. Or honestly, that's it. I highly doubt Trick. They're going to push him right now to go for the title scene. I see him and Melo for the United States champion at some point. Not at Mania, but some point in the future. And Logan Paul doesn't make sense when division's on Raw, and I get it. You could go change brands on SmackDown. Okay, so they have been talking about that too, where they want to run SmackDown. On last week's Raw, they did mention that. How they want to run both brands. Could be interesting, but I just don't see it. And unfortunately, I don't like where this direction is going. I don't think this is a good storyline. Yeah, and I don't know. This whole who could be the masked man as not the masked man, but who could be the mystery attacker angle is just stupid. Beyond dumb. We did get a segment between Sami Zayn and Fatu where Sami Zayn did accuse Fatu on being the mystery attacker.
Yep.
And if you notice though, whenever he appears, Sami Zayn, he's not getting a good crowd reaction anymore. I think people are getting fatigued too on this character. So in my opinion, you're not going to have Sami Zayn chase for any title this year. I don't actually see Fatu anymore in that title scene. And after tonight, the whole setup between the angle of Fatu and Sami Zayn, I see Sami Zayn and Fatu going at it at WrestleMania to the point where I could see Sami being the mystery attacker and turning heel.
Everyone's been begging for a Sami heel turn, an actual proper Sami heel turn.
Yeah.
Not a comedic one.
And I could see them face off because I just don't see Fatu actually going for the title scene. I don't see this as a triple threat match. I just see Cody versus Drew. And I hope it's night one at least, because the night two should just close out between Punk and Roman, just because.
I think they're closing night two.
Yeah, well, regardless, I'm saying though, Punk and Roman should close out night two because Cody and Drew doesn't sell. And when you have all this issue of not selling tickets, this is the
issue.
This
tickets.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the type of shit. The reason why we're not selling so many, basically tickets.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know. In my eyes, it just doesn't make sense. But I don't know. We'll probably talk about it more after Chamber tomorrow.
Or during the Chamber match. Listen, dude, if you had a one dark horse, like aside, like, you already said it's something Night or Orton, I would honestly say maybe even Logan Paul. Maybe finally, like, they do what they were supposed to do with Evolution all those years ago. Maybe, but that's a stretch.
But that's the thing. They weren't trying to do Evolution.
No, I'm saying, you know how the talk was between Triple H and Batista, like, oh yeah, you go to SmackDown, I'll stay here on Raw, and then eventually, it just came. But that's what I'm saying.
But that's the thing, though. There's no vision.
Yeah.
There's only Theory and Logan Paul now.
And Paul Heyman.
That's what I'm saying. There's no vision. It was never supposed to be Evolution. It was just supposed to be Seth's whole vision angle, where it looked like it had a lot of hope, and I did have a lot of hope until Seth's injury went down, caused a ripple effect, and basically fucked this whole storyline, and probably a better off Mania card to, what could have been. But you just don't have anything to the vision. I think they should just disband. Yeah. We also, the way Logan Paul qualified during the match, we did get the mystery attacker, and so we got it revealed. It was basically a guy who we were all like, who the fuck is this guy, right?
Even the commentary wanted to say, who the fuck?
Yeah.
He stopped himself.
Yeah. Like, who the fuck is this guy? A nobody, basically. Nobody knew who he was. Everybody was like, what the fuck is this? And in my opinion, I think this is probably their way of killing off this angle. Because I think they realize we're fucked. We fucked up. Because, so here's the thing. WWE just likes this whole mystery men angle type of thing. And it's getting annoying. It's getting predictable and it's getting boring. There's no excitement. And tonight was just so cringe.
It really was. And
what else you got left? Look, what if this guy is not the guy and we do have the actual guy running around Chamber and he interferes with the match and attacks Logan, unfortunately? I don't want to see that shit. I really don't. I don't think that's going to be exciting. I don't think the fans are going to pop. I think at this point, the fans are going to be like, again, like, what the fuck is this shit? I just hope tonight was the point where they're like, you know what, we just have nothing. Let's just kill off this angle and have this nobody just show up for dumb shock value. They did reveal, though, an interesting fact that this guy's name is Don Florio. I looked him up, and I looked up his Facebook, and he is linked to Seth Rollins' school, so he was trained by him. So that is kind of an interesting Easter egg if this has something to follow up through this whole angle. But like I said, at this point, kill the angle, set it off, and just end the vision, because there is no vision. It's just Theory and Logan Paul and Paul Heyman. What the fuck is that? Paul Heyman has this thing with Brock as well, but they're not all part in the same group. So just kill it off, man. So we're going with Cody on this one. Yeah. Honestly, I just think it's kind of be predictable, and it's just going to be kind of boring of a win at this point.
We'll try to sell it. I'll try to sell it.
But it's not the point, though. The point is the fact that they can't sell us tickets to Mania. Because
Or tickets to Chamber tomorrow.
so regardless, though, it's like I'm not excited. I'm not going into tomorrow's PLE excited just because it's predictable win. And if it's not, if I'm wrong, then I'm not gonna lie, I'll be exciting. But I highly doubt I'm wrong on this one, as well as Mania. There's no excitement value going into Mania. It doesn't even feel like a fucking WrestleMania, unfortunately. And that's what pisses me off about this year alone. One of the worst, so far, the worst years in storyline.
Yeah.
A fucking company that prides itself in storylines can't even produce us any more good storyline anymore. On to the next one. We're going to pretty much predict the women's championship for SmackDown. Actually, now I realize that these both are for SmackDown.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Everybody chose Raw.
That goes to show you
how much they think about SmackDown at this point. Yeah, so, all right, so this one's for, obviously, Jade Cargill's title.
Yeah.
Where she only defends it like 3 times so far since she reigned champion.
But she's a 100-day champion now.
Boo. Anyways, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, which shocked me, and Raquel Rodriguez. Alrighty. Let's just start off as this. Who comes in first? Your predictions.
Kiana and Alexa.
I would put Asuka because of her stamina.
Yeah.
As well as I probably will go Alexa Bliss because yeah, I think I would. Well, how about this? What if it is Asuka and Rhea Ripley?
I can see that happening too.
Because of the beef.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, and they want to build up Rhea Ripley strong.
I could actually see it.
Yeah. And then the last one who enters the chamber on this one.
Tiffany or Raquel?
I would put.
I'll put Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton. I'll be shocked if Alexa Bliss does go last, but I highly doubt it. I think it's just Tiffany.
I'll be more surprised if Rhea Ripley goes last. That's the one I'd be more surprised at.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense though as the baby face.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if she goes last, I'll be surprised. I feel like Kiana James is going to be at least top 2 or top 3 to go.
Right. Okay. We got a comment real quick.
From VV Joyce 4008. I think Randy or the Golden Boy Cody will win the chamber.
Randy or the Golden Boy?
I think this is actually the first time that they commented. Thank you for commenting. We definitely do appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Keep going. Sorry.
So he's talking about the Golden Boy or Randy Orton. Alrighty. Honestly, those are the favorites to win it.
Yeah.
I don't know about Orton. I want to see Orton win it. I want to see Orton chase his 15 title. That would be a lot more exciting than having another Cody versus Drew at Mania now.
Yeah.
They've been feuding for so long, and at this point, the whole storyline is just
stale.
It's stale. It's boring. I don't want to see it. I'd rather see Randy Orton go after Drew McIntyre
for number 15.
It'll be a lot more exciting. I feel like it'll feel a more of a WrestleMania good moment. And if this was a couple of years back, I don't think we'd be saying this about Randy Orton.
No.
But since storyline is so bad right now, I think this is the most exciting part.
You have to start where we had to. If you want this WrestleMania to sell, you have to start swerving some people.
And you got to give the fans what they want. And I think at this point, we do want to see Orton back in that title scene because he's been or LA Knight, but I highly doubt.
No, they're not kind of that LA Knight.
Yeah, I highly doubt. I think they love burying LA Knight.
They do.
I think Triple H gets off on it.
That's why he's the unchosen one.
Unchosen one. Another comment?
Yeah, I want to see Randy win, but I think Triple H will get Cody to win. We agree?
Yeah, because in their eyes, Cody sells more tickets to the main event of night 1 at WrestleMania. I mean, they think it's going to be Drew versus Cody that sells more tickets. I don't see it. I think night 1's going to be the weaker sales, basically off the 2. Because, I mean, Roman versus Punk, we have not seen that before. But we have seen Cody versus Drew times. And I think it's going to sell poorly. Right now, they're down. I think they're down. Let's see. I think they're down 10,000 tickets compared to last year that they haven't sold. So I think it was like 35 100,000 tickets that they've sold in total so far, compared to 45 last year around this time. And with this whole setup tomorrow, if we're already predicting what's coming true, and we all see Cody winning this, I don't think it's going to help boost sales.
That's not.
Nobody's going to come out of this excited and like, you know what? I got to go to Mania. I got to go get my ticket, which is unfortunate, And not only that, but when you're blacking out fans around the city now, because now they're doing the same thing in Chicago, apparently.
Tomorrow, yeah, they are.
They are.
TKO already put the foot down.
So 50 miles radius, there's no watch parties around any bars. Same thing's going on in Vegas. And I think this is one of those things that's going to stick and stay for now on for every PLE in any city that's coming near you. So there'll be no more watch parties at any bar if there's a, WWE event coming to your area. Mostly PLEs, because I highly doubt they're going to do it for Raw. That would be the dumbest shit ever. But I don't know, man. I just don't like this. I don't like the way they're going about it. But you know what? Let's get into the women's one. I think this is going to be a little bit more excited, I hope. And it's not as, it's not as bad as I feel like the men's might be. I don't know. Just because of the predictability. So who has a crazy spot? Someone has to have a crazy spot.
Tiffany, like she did last year.
But she did it last year. I feel like someone new has to get it here.
I was on my put Kiana James to do it because she's new.
I'll put Asuka. Asuka's a safer worker, and I think she's gonna come do something crazy when it comes to Chamber. Maybe she could put someone through a pod. Several people.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's Asuka's turn because I don't think they're gonna run it back with Tiffany. And
again, if I was them, I would do Kiana because she's new. And it's like a lot of people still doubt her, so make her just make a name known for herself. She did Tiffany do the same thing last year. She made her name for herself that way.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like the veteran, just to be on the safe side, So I'm just gonna stick with Asuka. So you'll say Kiana. I'm gonna say Asuka. So we'll find out tomorrow. Another comment.
I think Rhea or Tiff will win the women's chamber. Ooh.
All right. So who do you think is gonna win the chamber itself then?
I got two.
Give me one out of the two. If you had to narrow it to one woman.
Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right.
I can see that being the implosion of Judgment Day for sure.
I would like to see that angle just because, it's a different direction. But I think Rhea Ripley is going to win. And
I see it too.
It's predictable because
she's lost the tag team champions today.
Yeah, she lost the tag team champions. So now she could face off against Jade Cargill. And I feel like the attraction of that would probably sell a little bit better. See, I'm not really confident in Jade Cargill's wrestling itself because I don't think she has improved at all. And that's why she's not really defending her title. It's more of the appearance, the aura that they want to sell you on. So having Rhea Ripley in there would kind of help her get by through the match. So they'll probably have a pretty good match. Make it a stipulation like a hardcore match that I feel like Jade Cargill could succeed in.
Yeah.
This could be a sweet match. This whole Rhea Ripley winning is kind of predictable, but it is one also I could get by because I don't want to see Tiffany Stratton.
No,
I don't want to see that. I really don't. This doesn't make any sense for them to run it back with her. Alexa Bliss, I don't think it's the right time for her because I feel like Charlotte and her are going to have some sort of angle building up pretty soon. Asuka, no way. Unfortunately, no way. Kiana James, too early. Raquel Rodriguez would be an interesting pick.
It would be.
But I just don't think it's her time either. So I really do think it's Rhea. And I also don't think it's a bad matchup because if I had to pick one of these women to face off Jade Cargill, one that could help Jade Cargill carry on to the match, it'll be Rhea Ripley. Yeah.
Another comment. I think Rhea will win.
Okay, so yeah, alrighty. So yeah, I think Rhea's predictable to win this one, which I don't think is too bad. I just hope they have a really good matchup, come chamber time. See some crazy spots. Why not, Let's get down to the last two, all right? Women's, and then again, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing that gets me mad. We have only 4 matches. Okay, so you have 4 matches, and you're charging up insane ticket prices. So my thing is this. With 4 matches, they all have to be great. No
Banger,
exception.
Banger.
After
Banger.
banger. They all have to be great. No exception. Because you're charging up so much money in about, what, 3 hours worth of a PLE to be there. And you're only going to give us 4 matches. All of these matches have to be phenomenal. If this was a 6 to 7 card match, I could excuse 1 or 2, right? A filler match. Yeah. But you're only giving us 4, and you're going to give us a ton of commercials for us to watch at home. Yeah. So this is the thing. I hope all these matches are great. I hope they're awesome, but if the last couple of PLEs has not been that way. So let's hope they turn it around tomorrow. All right, before we start, I think we got another comment.
I got 2 comments. I really want to see Rhea win and betray Io and go solo again. I think Dom is going to betray Finn for CM to retain.
So I really want to see Rhea win and betray Io and solo again. So you want to see basically Rhea turn heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually would love to see Rhea Ripley as heel again. I think that's a lot more exciting. I think she does better mic work as a heel than she does as a face, because I don't think she's that great on the mic as a face.
Nah.
But whenever she's a heel, I think she kills it. I think the fans fell in love with her when she was a heel.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then obviously when she turned face, we still love her no matter what. So I just think, yeah, it's about time Rhea does turn heel. I wouldn't mind seeing that. And I think Dom is going to betray Finn. Oh, we're going to get to that pretty soon after this match. So we have the next one that we predict is going to be on the card, and that would be Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. All right, so what can we say about this match?
In the perfect world, Becky retains.
Well, not only that, but storyline. One of the worst storylines I have seen for Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch was doing fantastic, dude. A lot of people are actually praising her for this. Like, a lot of fans that I've been seeing from the IWC, they've been really praising her for her mic work during this.
Look, here's the thing. I'm not saying her mic work is bad. Not at all. It's good. The issue is, this is kind of going over the top. Her being crazy all the time, I don't know. Some of it just doesn't make sense, because the issue is AJ Lee's not there every single week.
No.
So all of a sudden she sees AJ Lee. She decides to go crazy. And starts going like during her whole promo battle against AJ Lee when they were face to face, it just didn't make sense why she's going all crazy. It's kind of showing a weaker, while she should be built a little bit stronger than this. And then their whole angle, their whole segment just felt awkward. It felt short. It felt stale. It felt like AJ Lee can't get this ball rolling. She just doesn't have it anymore. And I like AJ Lee, but to be real, her coming back, she hasn't done anything. I mean, besides that whole first appearance, honestly, I can't say anything memorable or anything important about her that she's done so far. And I get it. She probably doesn't want to be back full time, but that's the thing about these part-timers. You can't sell us matches if you're not going to be there. It just doesn't work with one person doing all the matches.
And worked once. Only once has it worked.
That would be
Cena versus Taker.
Yeah, but that was like a filler match, to be honest.
But again, though, like I said, this only worked one time, and it's like they keep trying it, and it's like you don't understand. We got invested because Taker had just lost. Cena was already on the quote unquote decline, so it's like some match wanted to see.
But that was a filler match.
It was though.
Yeah, squash. When you're on a filler match, it's different when you're only on a 4-card match.
That's so much.
That was a Mania where we used to have like 7 matches in one night. Yeah, and I think that was a night 1, right? Night 2.
No, this is before they went to 2 nights. This is still WrestleMania 34.
So that was a whole 10 fucking night match.
Yeah, 10, 11 matches.
So it was a filler match. It's a lot different when it's an actual main event. So, and to me, I count these as all main events.
Yeah.
Because you're selling those high-priced tickets. You're selling those high-priced ESPN subscriptions for 4 matches. It should all be good. Storylines should be amazing coming build around this. Quick comments. Let's see.
One more comment. I think Becky wins at Chamber, and maybe at WrestleMania, AJ beats Becky.
So that's your prediction. AJ beats Becky at Mania. So what do you think for this prediction wise? Besides the bad storyline, besides the bad build up, do you see this match being good? Because this is going to be the first match that AJ Lee has wrestled in, I don't know, like, actually, I don't have no idea. It's been years. I think it's been
years.
13. Yeah, I was going to say 13 years. Do you see this being good? Do you see this to be even decent? Be honest.
Becky's gonna have to really carry her for it to be a decent match, and I mean really carry her.
So, do you see this being a good match, great match, decent match?
I think just be decent at most.
I see this as a decent match. I feel like there's going to be a couple of bouches.
Maybe a lot of botches on AJ's side. AJ Lee's side.
And it couldn't even be for AJ Lee. It'd just be bad timing on both. Yeah, they're just going to have bad timing, no chemistry. I don't know, man. I'm one of those types that if they don't have chemistry on the mic, I don't see this roll over in the ring either. And so as the winner of this match, I guess, who do you have?
I'm gonna go with your choice. I go Becky Lynch. I really want Becky to win.
You know, to me,
in a perfect world, Becky wins.
So you have Becky win. So I feel like they're gonna run it back at Mania though.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go with so basically Becky winning this at Chamber, and then AJ's gonna beat her at Mania.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with the opposite.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna tell you why. As a part-timer, AJ Lee's not really gonna be there, even after Mania. We know that, and I get it. We're living this world where people running around with the titles don't really defend it as much. There's only a certain few. Melo is one of them, and CM Punk's probably the other. Drew McIntyre at least appears every week too, since he's been champion. So I'll give him some credit. But the rest of the guys, they're just on and off, you know. Becky at least appears here and there. So, but you know, it's not often where Stephanie Becker is just missing in action.
Yeah,
and doesn't defend it as a lot. I don't know. So I say it's the opposite because the reason why is that it makes more sense if AJ beats Becky in storyline. Mm-hmm. If they want to build a Becky being crazy, still, this is going to drive her to go nuts even more. And AJ's not going to be there every week with the title if she wins. So it's just going to drive Becky to come into the ring, act lunatic, go crazy, cut a couple of promos on AJ Lee, wanting a rematch at the biggest stage
of them all
of the year. So it makes perfect sense.
That happening though too.
Yeah. So, but if AJ, what's it called? If AJ loses, then we have to see AJ come back every single week, beg for Becky Lynch for another match at Mania. I just don't see that happening. I don't see her coming back every week to get another match going on. There's not much storyline there, unfortunately. So that's my prediction. I don't know. I could be wrong tomorrow, and it could be exactly how you guys said it. So we'll find out. But
by the way, we got another comment because AJ should have more matches before getting a championship match.
I 100% agree with you. But that's, but I don't think
with a part-time love.
That I don't think Triple H agrees with us at all. You know, I really do think he's gonna say this is what's best for business. Yeah. So with that being said, I guess it's one for AJ and two for Becky.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So I like that actually. It's a little bit of you see all different eye to eye here. Okay, so we're gonna go on to the last match.
One should be the main event.
Should be the main event, may not be, maybe the men's, who cares? So CM Punk versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship. All right, so
let's just go to the right question for this match. Does Finn Balor get betrayed, or does Judgment Day cost him the match?
Well,
that's the question we should ask right away.
I'd rather build it up.
Okay.
So my point is the same way as I talked about Becky versus AJ. Why is this match happening? What is the point? We don't see Finn having a chance at all. So if you're going to, if I'm selling you a product, I'm supposed to convince you that this product is going to be good.
I think I just figured out what it is.
What is it?
The triple threat's going to happen between CM Punk, Finn Balor, and Roman Reigns eventually.
By Mania?
I can feel it happening, unfortunately.
I don't see it. I really
Because
don't.
we were supposed to get a triple. Where's the other triple supposed to be at?
Well, that's the thing. We don't get triple threat matches every year.
We did last year, the year before.
Yeah, but I don't think we have gotten it throughout history of WrestleMania. So I feel like they're probably going to cut it down, I feel like the promotion is really Punk versus CM Punk. I mean, Punk versus Roman Reigns. I feel like this is the whole angle that they really want to shoot for. To Finn being inserted, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And if we're going to add Judgment Day pretty soon to the whole mix that we're going to talk about, where does that land Finn? You know what I mean? He's going to be distracted the whole time, so it's not going to work. So, but that's my question is this. Why sell us something where we all know it's pure shit? Like, and I'm not saying this match is going to be bad. This match is going to be good. These guys have good chemistry together. And I think this is going to be a phenomenal match. Probably match of the night, in my eyes. The issue is, we know, like Vince McMahon used to say, Finn Balor has no chance in hell.
Literally.
So why sell us this shit when we know? I get it. To me, this is more of a filler championship match.
It really is.
But like back in the day, you had some matches that at least you knew that you had some hope that it could have changed the titles. So let me throw you one. All right. I think it was No Way Out, where Kurt Angle faced off with The Undertaker for the World Heavyweight Championship. This was before they went to WrestleMania 22.
Yep.
But this match had potential to switch titles because we knew Taker was a legit competitor. But you see, they sold us something. And when the match happened, the match was a really good match.
It was a banger. That's the one where he was about to get the
tapped
last
out.
Right. But Gangle got him an ankle lock. I never forget that.
No, he didn't get him in the ankle lock. He got him in that submission, I think it was.
Further, no, so there was a part where he tries to do a last ride. Angle flips it into an ankle lock. I remember that. There was a point where there was an ankle lock.
I'm going to have to rewatch that. But look, regardless.
It was still a classic match, though.
Yeah, regardless, it was a pretty good match. And then Taker even went up to him and said, "This is not over between you and I." Now, we never got anything else after that. But, rumors was they were supposed to face off at WrestleMania 22. But Angle didn't want to beat the streak at the time. So that never happened. So regardless, that's not the point. The point is we had matches building up that we believe could have been, an actual threat. This is not one of them,
especially the way he came in for that one.
Yeah,
remember how he came in? How he challenged Kurt Angle for that one?
Yeah,
with the coming in and then bringing down the ring.
Yeah,
it was like, yeah, that's definitely a good sell.
Yeah, so that's the thing. This one doesn't sell me at all, and I think it's gonna, it's just gonna be disappointing for that reason alone.
I think this is gonna start the demise and the downfall of the Judgment Day, though.
Well, that's the point. The point is for this to start the downfall of the Judgment Day, something that's been overdue for like almost a year. So do we have an interference? Obviously from JD, and obviously eventually. So my prediction is this: JD runs down, tries to help Finn, regardless of Finn telling him no. Then afterwards, we do get Dom Mysterio coming out of nowhere to try to help out, but instead attacks Finn Balor. Maybe steel chair, maybe low blow. I don't know, but I think he attacks Finn Balor and costs us a match against CM Punk. In some way, shape, or form, Dom screws Finn. JD might be confused, or
JD
adds in and says, "You know what? You think you're better than us. You don't want to be part of this team. Get out of here." Starts attacking them basically. Because we do know JD and Finn has been having some issues, So I think this is Finn Balor's way out, and I think he's gonna get kicked out, and we probably could get a face Finn Balor finally.
We've been seeing the tease right now with the song, the poses. He hasn't done that in a long time.
Yeah, he's got an old theme song, and I feel like we're gonna finally get a face Finn Balor.
Remember he's coming out now with the Balor Club shirt again, which I just bought mine, by the way. Not the point of the conversation, but he's coming out again with Balor Club, something he hasn't done in a long time when he was with Judgment Day.
Yeah, but I haven't seen him wear it on TV yet.
He has. He's worn on a Raw.
Well, maybe. But regardless,
We got another comment.
yeah.
Because it's like during Dom versus Penta when Dom championship on the line. If Penta wins and Finn don't help, Dom at Chamber is like the same thing at Dom. Don't help Finn win against CM Punk.
See, that's a good point. I like that. Because that is an angle that they're shooting right now because Dom's been asking for help.
A lot of time.
And Finn tells him, Dom, I have more important things to do right now. How about you grow up and figure it out yourself? Mm-hmm. So that is a good angle. That is a good point. This is the type of storyline that if they do it right, could be interesting. Really interesting because we all want to see the fall of the Judgment Day. Obviously, it's overdue. So
it is.
If they shoot this angle right, I think this could be the most interesting angle leading up to WrestleMania between Dom and Finn Balor. So that's a good point. Another comment.
Peter Anthony Fernandez, 1024. Do you think WWE made a mistake in the WCW Invasion storyline, or was buying WCW a mistake?
So, okay, so they're asking us basically. He's asking us two questions.
Was buying WCW a mistake, or was it
the evasion storyline? Yeah. So it could go two ways. So if WCW Invasion storyline angle, if they shot it right, and that's the thing, if they shot it right, it could have been great. If they waited the year for these contracts to expire to get Goldberg, to get Hulk Hogan, to get Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, hell, if they would have waited and they wouldn't have buried any WCW guys early on, like DDP, like Booker T, like there's so many guys that they buried in that Invasion storyline. They would have got Sting to come to WWE.
Yeah.
And with that, we would have had Sting, Steiner, Scott Hall, DDP, all the original WCW guys. If they waited a year, and let's just say this, let's throw a little quick storyline. Let's be bookers for real quick. Imagine if they waited a year, and then in the crowd, you see the NWO coming out. You see Sting coming from the rafters, or maybe not because it's an Owen Hart incident, but he comes out of nowhere. You see DDP, Diamond Cutter out of nowhere, and then you see a masked man. This is before Triple H's era. And when he reveals himself, it ain't DDP this time. It's Eric Bischoff. Mm-hmm. And he says, you think we're really going to go away, Vince McMahon? We're back. That would have been a good storyline. I mean, look, it doesn't have to be like that, but it would have made a great storyline if they waited. It would have built up a lot of fantasy bookings. We could have seen Sting versus The Rock.
Sting versus Undertaker WrestleMania. Fuck.
Yeah. We could have seen Shawn return and face off against DDP. Goldberg versus Stone Cold. You know, it would never happen between Austin and Hogan. That was the thing that Austin didn't want. But we had so many guys going at each other. It could have been Kevin Nash versus Kane. And it could have caused a lot of things to go differently. And it could have caused better for the whole storyline and better for the business. But unfortunately, we didn't get that. So let's talk about them killing off WCW. Because that was his question, right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. WWE didn't really kill off WCW. WCW killed off itself. WCW stock in itself was dropping like crazy. And that was the mistake of inner bookings into the time of 2000 and, well, it really started from 91 all the way to 01 before their bankruptcy. Well, not bankruptcy, but when they sold the company. Bad bookings. But Eric Bischoff was going to eventually buy it back and then revamp it into something new with a new generation. So if that would have happened, and if what's it called? Time Warner would have sold it to him, WCW would have still been here today. But I feel like it would have been a TNA version of itself. I don't know. That's the thing. There was nothing that WWE could have done anymore to really help it out at that point. I don't know. What do you think?
I like the Invasion storyline. It was something that they get me excited for it. But you're right though with what you said, and it's true because it's making me think. If they would have waited even 6 months and really started building up a lot of WCW guys like Booker T, make him win a 6-1, Big Show during that time because he just come over. But you could have done with Scott Steiner because that's actually the time when he came over.
Mm-hmm.
Big Papa Pump, all that stuff. They're like those guys. Buff Bagwell, Eddie Guerrero, like those guys. Instead of burying them right away and then have them crawl their way up, it's like you could have done so much more. And then Sting would have come over, and Sting would have added so much more to WWE than what he got in 2014.
Well, the original storyline too was when they did the whole angle between Buff Bagwell and I think it was Booker T during that match. They were supposed to eventually, when they brought in the commentaries and so, you eventually were going to start like a whole Monday was going to be WCW Nitro, and then we were going to have WWE SmackDown.
Yeah.
So we were still going to have WCW around, but it just didn't work. It didn't wait for the right guys to come back at the time. If all this still exists today, I think it would have helped the wrestling business in general.
It really would have.
Yeah, because a lot of people tuned off once WCW did get killed because they did have hardcore fans and they had like
a lot of hardcore fans, dude.
Yeah, because they were in the millions still. It was still being watched by a lot of people. And when it died off, numbers did drop in wrestling. So it did have an effect in the wrestling industry as a whole. And this is why I say, some people say it's not as popular as it was in that whole Attitude Era, NWO era, Sting era. You know, it probably would have done a lot better today if it would still exist. It would have still been around. So, but that's just my theory. I don't know. You know, everybody has their opinions about this. So if you guys have your opinions, we would love to hear us. Let us know in the comments. We would appreciate it. Good question, by the way, because it made us go sidetrack of this whole chamber match.
We have a lot of comments. Hold on. We're going to read 4. Next one is Nick. Hey, welcome back, Nick. Buying WCW killed WWE's momentum.
Yeah, because that's what we were talking about. It did affect the wrestling industry. But with that being said, remember, guys, when WCW did go out of business, a lot of guys were without work. One of those guys that was out of work that got fired on national TV when the company got bought out by Vince was Double J, Jeff Jarrett. And without that happening, we would have not had TNA Wrestling.
Nope.
And think about this. If we didn't have TNA Wrestling, we wouldn't have AJ Styles.
Nope.
We wouldn't have Samoa Joe. We wouldn't have Perk Angle for all goddamn sakes. The man was legendary in TNA.
He really was, dude. He was a wrestling machine.
We wouldn't have Sting returning to national TV anymore.
No,
because he wouldn't wanted to go to the WWE at the time. So in the end, he ended up in TNA. We wouldn't have Christian having the resurrection of a career, a hell of a career, becoming champion and showing us that he has the skill to be the main event. We wouldn't also have, who else was in there? Jeff Hardy. We wouldn't have broken Matt Hardy eventually because that came years later. There was so much. I mean, we didn't have the Monster Abyss.
We wouldn't have had Abyss, no?
I mean, it's crazy how little things change a lot of the wrestling industry. Yeah, so if WCW was around today, all that stuff wouldn't happen. All these guys would not make the scene. And maybe eventually, Ring of Honor would have gone popular, but I think everything would have got pushed further back in the timeline. But I think a lot of these guys would have still been either mid-carders or below the cards. And I think AJ Styles would have been one of them because at the time he was wrestling WCW as a tag team on the lower ranks.
Yeah.
So this needed to happen for guys like him, who's now in the Hall of Fame, to basically break through the industry.
So back to VB Joyce 4008, and then maybe at Mania, Finn brings Demon back against Dom.
So the whole Demon Finn Balor, I mean, I feel like they buried that whole Demon character, but hey, why not? You know, I think we'll pop for nostalgia there.
Here's the thing, though. Finn said, I want to do the character, and I did speak about this before, where Finn himself said, I want to do the character my way. Mm-hmm. The way WWE is running it, I'm not a fan of it because they want it to be like a last resort. Like, I have nothing left in the tank. But it's like, you guys don't understand. it's literally the same person. I'm just letting out a little bit of a darker side, but it's not a last ditch resort. It's not like a, oh, just because I become him now I'm stronger. No, it's just literally the same person.
It is the same person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same movesets.
Same everything.
Yeah.
But it's just like for some odd reason WWE took it like, oh, you have the other persona.
Yeah.
And that's why. So it's like, I hope that if you know what, really, if you're right, that'd be awesome to see back. It's not a last resort thing, which is gonna be awesome.
I don't mind it. That's like him bringing it out. If he would have brought it out every single WrestleMania that he wrestled in, I don't mind it because he could bring a alternative face paint, alternative versions of it. It would have been nice to see.
Remember we did the black and white Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Well, that was the Venom basically. Yeah. So no, it would have been good. It's good to see that if he does bring it back. I will pop for nostalgia itself. So yeah, of course.
The WWE made a mistake showing WWE in real. Yes.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, look, last year, season 1. Look, when I heard about this concept, I'm not a big fan of breaking kayfabe. I'm never going to be a big fan. An old school wrestling fan. I think we all are.
Yeah.
And breaking kayfabe is a no-go. But I get it. This thing is social media. It's really hard to hide it. But at the same time, you're showing backstage scenes and interaction. It really takes away.
Meetings. Like you're showing like who's supposed to win and your boards and everything.
And you're showing everybody's getting along. It really takes away from all that drama. And we know it's, predetermined. We know things are, obviously not real. People don't have real beef. Not everybody, at least.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we still like to think about it, you know? So it did take away a lot of the shock value. But then when season 2 came out, there was a lot of bad things coming out of season 2 that I don't think we should have been shown. Like the whole, they don't think that Chelsea Green should go over, like be very on the top of the main event. They thought of her more of a mid-carder, of a person that helps these main eventers get up there.
Mid-card.
Yeah.
That's not mid-card. That's a lower mid-card.
Yeah, Michael Hayes said it himself. Like, this is a person that builds up your Tiffany Strattons, your Charlotte Flairs.
I'm like, come on, man.
And then he tried to redeem himself, but it sounded so bad. He went on a podcast.
He went on the Undertaker's podcast, and the Undertaker buried him there.
Well, I think he also, that was it. And that's the thing. It's like, it just sounded so bad. But look, besides that, the whole R-Truth incident.
Yeah.
They try to say kayfabe, Triple H, saying, well, he was never fired. Well, yeah, he was never fired, but he was let go. That's the whole point. It still looked bad. And you kind of felt bad for R-Truth at the time. And not only that, but everybody in the locker room agreed R-Truth should have never let go. So once again, that made him look bad. And not only that, but remember the whole scene where BJ James, a.k.a. Road Dogg, was in the writer's room and he said, well, I think we should put the title back on Chelsea Green. And then Triple H said, all right, and then what? And Road Dogg's like, all right, you got me. I got nothing. It made them look like complete idiots. And this is the reason why SmackDown is doing so bad right now, because they don't know what they're doing. They have no fresh ideas. It looks like they're struggling week by week. And season 2 really exposed all that. So I think it's a bad idea. But here's one fun idea that I kind of wish this was back in the day. I wish this whole Unreal thing would have been back in the 90s.
That would have been fun.
That would have been crazy for all the crazy shit, all the harassment. And I'm not saying that in a good way, but all the crazy stuff like The Rock's beef with Triple H and Shawn Michaels and all the crazy drugs maybe they were doing.
Job.
It would have been really crazy. Vince's interaction with some wrestlers, and I mean, all the crazy stuff helped. Even the hookups, I'm sure. All the crazy hookups. I mean, back then was really crazy environment. I mean, it was a lot of wrestlers say that now it's a lot more cleaner, way cleaner what it was in the 90s. Imagine that, but on MTV, like the real world. Yeah, that would have been crazy, and I think it would have sold even better.
It really would have.
But at the same time, Vince wouldn't gone for it because he never liked breaking kayfabe like that. So I think it's stupid. The only reason it's happening is that way Triple H could be more of the face of the product and say, look, I'm the guy creating everything, which doesn't go well in my books.
No. All right, last comment we're going to read for right now, and then go back to the CM Punk versus Finn Balor. Has WWE become very predictable or boring storyline? Both.
As WWE, I mean,
it's both.
Yeah, it's both. I mean, the predictability equals a boring storyline, and honestly, it's just not good product anymore.
It's not.
And they need to get new writers. They need to get something going. And the whole WrestleMania card, I don't think it's going to be saved anymore. I think they're done for this year. And I feel like
they're supposed to scrap it and start all over again. And I'm like, with what time?
What time? Storyline's not built.
If you wanted to redo WrestleMania, you had to do this back in December.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you actually had to start. Not because ticket sales are already going down. You had to do this back in December when it was like WrestleMania season's coming around the corner, Royal Rumble's coming. Let's give the fans some excitement because that's where we get the most butts in the seats.
Exactly. All righty. So look, let's get back into it. We'll read a couple of more comments. So who do you have going over? Punk. All right. So look, we agree with Punk.
I'm aware of Finn Balor, sure, but yeah, Punk.
So the reason why we agree CM Punk, obviously the big seller is Roman versus Punk.
Yeah.
So let's name some predictions. Let's name maybe some shock appearance because we still have one thing, and that is the mystery crate. So what is in that crate? We know it's in Chicago. We've seen pictures that it has arrived in the United Center. So what is the big shock value here? What is the mystery? Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce are going to open it up tomorrow. What's in that crate?
They're going to open it up.
You know what? I wouldn't be shocked if it's in the end of the PLE.
You know what? I can see it after the Becky AJ match.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't really care.
Prolong the bathroom break. They're gonna.
Hey, wait a minute. That is no bathroom break. All right, my man.
It should be banger after banger. We have agreed.
No. Your bathroom break is those 10, 15 commercials.
Yeah.
10 to 15-minute commercials that you give us. That's your bathroom break, unfortunately. So, regardless, what is in this mystery crate?
Everybody wants it to be Y2J, but it's not going to be Y2J. Sorry to break it to you guys. It's not going to be Y2J.
Jericho is still signed on in AEW.
Yeah.
If you look at the roster, he's still there.
He still is active.
And
his contract is on pause.
AEW likes to update their roster to up to date. So once Royce Keys, aka Powerhouse, left basically the company, he got taken out pretty quick.
Yeah.
So he's still there. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. Who else do you think could be there, or what do you think it is? Do you think this be basically the mystery attacker, mystery masked man, the real mystery masked man? Maybe information on that, or maybe it could be WWE 2K26 promotion. Out of all the dumbest shit that you probably could see on that night. What do you think? We're going to get, are you ready for WWE 2K26?
Are you ready for a new era?
King of Kings edition.
Oh, goodness. I just thought about that. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. Maybe it could be on the dog.
I think it could be Danhausen.
You did say that on Monday.
Well, he's been tweeting a couple of stuff, and he's been tweeting a couple of songs that mention the word free.
Oh.
And he's officially, as of today, he's officially out of AEW's roster finally.
Ooh.
And he is from Chicago. He is best friends with CM Punk, and there's been a lot of rumors that he is going to sign a contract with them, and that could be as little as tonight till tomorrow, and he could be in the mystery crate because this whole setup does seem like his gimmick. If you guys are not aware of Danhausen, he has this funny Halloween gimmicky thing that went well over in AEW, but Tony Khan did not push him well. That's the issue.
I just don't know if it's going to sell well as well in WWE.
I think it will.
I hope it does. I really do hope
it does, because if you have Joe Henry getting over pretty quick the way he did, it's going to work. WWE fans eat this shit up. I mean, we all do. I love Danhausen. I think he's a good fit for WWE, actually. So that's my prediction on this, that he's going to be in the crate. Yeah. But also, I wouldn't be shocked if anything else that we just named would it appear, because I just feel it's going to be something If it's not Danhausen, it's not WWE. It's just probably gonna be something stupid.
Or some stupid promotion for Monday Night Raw after Mania for some stupid like crossover.
Oh
event.
no! Starting tomorrow, WrestleMania tickets are now 30% off instead of 25. That way they can sell more tickets, obviously. Let's go back to the comments real quick.
You know what? Believe it or not, maybe even the next WrestleMania location after Saudi.
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. All right, let's go to this one. Nick commented, "Didn't Eric's creative ability start to wear out?"
Yes, it did. He also got burned out, and they also fired him, sort of. They did hire him back, and that's when they hired basically Bro out of all people.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Right. Envision Undertaker in TNA. Him versus the Monster Abyss. I wanted that match so many times.
Well, Taker and TNA would have sold pretty well, in my opinion. So, I don't know. Him against Abyss, him against Kurt Angle.
Oh.
Him against Styles in his prime, and Taker in his later prime. Him against Samoa Joe. Him against James Storm. Him against Christopher Daniels.
Bobby Roode. Man,
there would have been a lot of good matches here. And let's just say he didn't have his dead man gimmick. He would have had his biker gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
That would have fit well in TNA. Good, honestly, good old, question there. What else we got?
And then at Mania, instead of black and red, it's black and white, like Bullet Club, like what your friend said.
Oh yeah. Too sweet.
Also, we're going to talk about the crate too. We're just really talking about it right now.
Yeah. That's a late, obviously, that's an earlier comment.
So we're just catching up on the comments, guys. We're going to read one more right now. Maybe
we just keep going.
Let's keep on. Maybe Michael Hayes saying that pushes the IWC to want Chelsea to be a main event talent even more, and the more the fans push, the more likely it is to be a talent that gets the spot, like Daniel and Kofi.
That is the hope, and I hope they eventually do that. If we keep pushing it, I hope they listen. But as well, we could also have a Karrion Kross effect where they fire. Well, they're not going to fire Chelsea Green. No, I don't think they ever want to fire Chelsea Green. But instead, Karrion Kross is a bad example. LA Knight. We'll have the LA Knight effect. No matter how much we get over with her, they're always going to find a way to put her back down. They'll give her a mid-title scene, but that's as far as she's going to go. I hope one day she at least gets a gold, the big one.
She deserves a big gold.
I think she does, and I think she's phenomenal.
longer than 6 months championship.
I think 6 months is generous these days. Yeah. I'd rather see a champion every 3 months now because something predictable.
Well, I mean, at this point, though, I'm saying though, at least a fighting champion though. If it's a fighting champion, longer than 3 for sure. But if it's just one that just one pay-per-view, one Raw.
But that's the thing. If it isn't the Undisputed Championship or the bigger titles, they don't have long reigns.
Unfortunately.
So it's always
the Women's Tag Team Championship.
But I don't mind that. I like the title change every so often. It gets more unpredictability. I don't know. That's just me personally. So I don't mind seeing that. As long as she wins it at some point.
Yeah. So
she could have that on the list of accomplishment because she does deserve it. I think her gimmick is one of the best things that we have right now in wrestling. Because she is really creative. She's really smart for the business. I mean, so is Matt Cardona, but I mean, they're just burying him right now in WWE.
I saw that.
I mean, big paycheck, so who cares, right?
Yeah. Next one, BB Joyce. I really wanted to see The Rock coming back because we did not see him yet in a year, I think.
So actually, there's going to be another prediction, so I might just do it now. All right, so another prediction is this.
Is it great?
No. Tomorrow on Chamber, at some point, I do have a prediction, and I kind of feel strong about this. I could be wrong, but I do think The Rock is going to come back.
Ooh.
And the reason why is that last year around this time, he had the whole angle with Cody Rhodes selling his soul. And obviously, we didn't get much after that, unfortunately. And I don't know. I feel like there were some backstage issues and storylines were not meeting up, and he didn't like it, so he left. It is what it is. You have your own opinions. That's cool. But I feel like the way things are going, where they're not selling tickets, and they're not even selling tickets for this chamber so well. And I mean, I think they are, but they're not. There's not as much as they want. I feel like The Rock is going to return, and he's going to have an angle with Cody Rhodes. After he wins the chamber, I think he's going to come out face to face and just remind Cody, I still want your soul, and just walk off. And with that little buzz, he doesn't even have to say anything. With that little buzz, this man has so much aura that everybody is going to be talking that whole weekend, that whole Sunday afterwards. We're going to be speculating. We're going to all brainstorm. We're going to have ideas. We're going to get crazy. We're going to have The Rock coming in, screwing over Cody here, or inserting himself into the main event of night one, which I wouldn't mind that at this point. But we're all going to be speculating. The man's going to create a lot of buzz. It's going to be really shocking because we don't see it coming.
No.
Yeah, and like I said, he doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to attack Cody. He just does the whole, like, you remember when he came back for that PLE where he just threw the like 3 and that's it. And we talked about it for so long, and it led to nothing.
Actually.
Yeah, so I think he does. In my eyes, I do think he does return. I think it makes sense because they want to push ticket sales. And if you have this whole thing that he's going to be at WrestleMania Vegas, I'm not saying it's going to boost up ticket sales a lot, but it's going to help.
A lot.
I don't think a lot. I just think it's going to help a little bit.
For me, it's like you're going to at least get 5 more than what you have right now.
I give it 3 just because we've been burned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've been burned, and I think some people don't forget when you got burned the first time, and then you get burned the second time.
That's what I'm not going.
Yeah, so regardless, I think it's just he's going to sell a little bit more tickets, and it's a good way to bring more buzz into the product. Now, if he shows up more often than not, I think it is going to sell 5. But with this one tease, I think it's just going to boost up a couple more at that point. Good question. That's my prediction as well.
Next one. They are going to reveal a new and improved WWE Championship. Freaking Nick.
Yeah, I hope not.
Freaking Nick.
It's Danhausen.
Yeah.
So that would be on the crate. Yeah, I think so too.
KK4R1 need. You know what? This is the first time you commented. Thank you for the comment. We appreciate it. Welcome to the show. And then Vivi Joyce. What about Danhausen? Next one is Nick. Imagine it's the second Masked Man.
It's the real Masked Man. It ain't the guy that got showed today, the independent wrestler that does work for Seth Rollins, wrestled in Seth Rollins' school. It's the real Masked Man. So here's another prediction. And this one, I don't know. This one doesn't really hold too much weight in my eyes. But what if the Masked Man ended up, the real Masked Man, not this imposter, because I do think this guy's in the imposter. And it also could be just pretty much shutting down the storyline. But what if the real Masked Man is somebody that we don't see coming? A big return. And that is Karrion Kross.
I could see that happening.
Reason why, there was an interview not too long ago where, someone was talking to Karrion Kross, and Karrion Kross had a text from Paul Heyman. And he said it on the interview. Oh, this text is from Paul Heyman. It was reference to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman has praised Karrion Kross so often than not that he even compared him to Steve Austin on his rise. Logan Paul loves Karrion Kross. Now, I don't know about this whole storyline right now, angle, making sense. But Logan Paul in the past has praised this man, wanted to work a storyline with them, inserted him into the whole AJ and Logan Paul situation, because that's how much this Logan Paul really loves Karrion Kross. What if we do get him back into the WWE once again?
That'd be awesome.
And we get all this stuff situated, Big what if, but I think that would be a shock value that could help your road to WrestleMania once again, if done right, because we do need something going on with this whole Vision angle, whatever's left over of the Vision at this point.
Scraps.
Basically the scraps. This could be Seth Rollins' way of, look, I'm not going to be there at Mania, but this is the man I'm sending to basically destroy the rest of you guys now.
So actually a couple comments, and one of them kind of has to go with what you're saying. KK1, I agree with you. From me, Joyce, and then KK4, or it's Seth coming back to get the Vision.
I don't look.
Well, no, I mean, it kind of ties in with what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it could be Seth delivering a message with Karrion Kross,
Well, carrying Cross, wow, yeah.
Or it could be maybe Seth just delivering a message with the logo of Karrion Kross and himself. It could be that.
Well, I don't think Seth is coming back in general to Mania.
He's not coming back to Mania.
I feel like with this whole injury bug going along, I think they don't want to risk him getting injured at Mania and have him resting. But to insert himself somehow, some way into a storyline and him sending Cross out there, it makes a lot more sense. Mm-hmm. And it gives Cross something to do on his build-up. And we could have something like Cross versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania, which I think would be a phenomenal match. Because we're not going to get Bad Bunny and Logan Paul. I think I heard that's really debunked. Like, it's not going to happen. Because I think Bad Bunny's on tour.
I think so.
So, yeah, it's not going to happen. So this would make a lot more sense. This would be a good mid-card match, too. Mm-hmm. Something to give interesting because I think both these guys are going to cut some pretty good promos back and forth. Yeah, so I'm all up for it if it happens. So what else we got?
So another comment with Nick. Vince is Cleopatra.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, what if that does happen tomorrow?
I can see it too.
Or Vince returning.
Hey, you know what? No chance. Or you know what? Just the words, no chance in hell. Believe me, Chicago would pop for that one. BB Joyce, it would be cool if we see the crate red at Chamber because Danhausen is kind of vampire red.
It is, yeah. So, yeah. See, that's the thing. There could be many ways to introduce them.
Literally.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in a way, I'm a little excited just to see what is in there. And if it's a big fail, we're going to be talking about it tomorrow.
We're going to bash the shit out of them.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to be live streaming Elimination Chamber, basically watch along party tomorrow. So once it starts, if you guys want to hop on, join in, tune in, comment, you guys watch it at home and comment as you go. We would appreciate it. Yeah. So, we'll be watching along, and that's going to be one of the angles that I am interested to see what's in that damn fucking crate.
I just want to see when they do it. It's going to be.
I swear to God, if they pop with some dumb video game shit going on there, like, promotion.
I'm going to laugh.
Nah, I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
I'm gonna laugh, dude. It's gonna be like,
it's gonna make me want to cancel my pre-order at that point instead. So at that point, it's stupid.
I'm just waiting. I'm like, I want to see what stupidity else to come out with. And right now, you're gonna get all the bugs right now. Remember that one time? I think it was 2K14 where Charlotte was like flip flopping all over the ropes.
220.
Yeah, there you go. That's the one.
Yeah, but I think the reason why that happened was I think they fired their old. I forgot what team it was. I think it was Ukes. They fired Ukes.
Yeah, that's fired Ukes.
And then these new guys that came in didn't know what the hell they were doing. No. So that why it was so glitchy. So ever since then, it's never happened because I pre-ordered all games, so I know what you're talking about. So let's read the last comment,
and then the last comment, and then by the way, let's talking about us on the Rock, and then Cody turns heel this time.
You know what? So put it this way. And this is a good storyline. See, I'm gonna give Triple H a storyline real quick. What if it is that?
Better be watching, Paul. Better be watching.
Yeah, someone told Baldy out there to watch this.
Better watch it, fraud.
Yeah. So put it this way? What if Cody Rhodes does accept the Rock's offer? So what if
Cody did say he does want to become a heel? Cody did himself admit he wants to become a heel. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Well, he did at some point, but he also said it's not the right time. So what if now's the right time? Mm-hmm. And what if he's down in luck in the chamber? And then The Rock does come out to assist him. Like he doesn't get in the ring. He doesn't get in the chamber, but he throws a weapon. He nods at Cody. Cody could be brass knuckles. And let's say he uses on Randy Orton. Mm-hmm. Takes out Orton. Afterwards, you see them both celebrating, and this switched the flip. So now you do want Drew, and you do want Cody Rhodes, because that's what WWE wants.
Yep.
But what if we have it the other way around? Now Cody's the heel with the biggest superstar in the world on his side, and Drew is finally the face. So all the things that Drew's been cutting on those promos about everyone, especially Cody Rhodes, exposing Cody Rhodes, is finally true. Mm-hmm. So that kind of like, oh shit. And it makes this whole promo battle between them a lot more interesting.
It does.
Yeah, because we know even as a face, Drew McIntyre is not going to change. Mm-hmm. He's still going to cut off these badass promos.
And he really does.
live and in social media. And now Cody, being a heel, has no filter. And he's going to be the best version of Cody Rhodes, because I think Cody Rhodes works best in my eyes as a heel. But that's just me. It's a long stretch. I don't think it's going to happen, because in the end, WWE is going to want to play it safe with Cody Rhodes being a face, because it sells merch, and there's a lot of kids that look him up to him. It's the whole John Cena effect, unfortunately. So one more thing. Do we see tomorrow at some point Roman Reigns makes his appearance? So let's say The Rock doesn't appear. Does he make an appearance tomorrow at some point? Does he make it after the Chamber? I don't know. No, sorry, not Chamber. Sorry. I'm thinking of something else. After the match between him, Finn Balor, and CM Punk. Or do we see him by the end of the night? Do we see Roman Reigns at all?
I want to say no.
Well,
maybe Roman's in the crate.
Nah, yeah, that's some dumb shit.
Hey, they come up with stupid things all the time.
It could be another Samoan.
Literally.
It could be who hasn't gone in there? Scylla? Yeah,
Zilla Fatua's not gonna.
But he's not gonna go. He's not gonna come to WWE anytime soon. I don't think he wants to come. I don't blame him either. So yeah, no. I think there's just a lot of good stuff right now going on, and I think Roman Reigns is gonna appear somehow, some way. We got another comment.
I want to see Roman go to Rock and Roman see you at Mania. See you at Mania 43.
That would be a good, yeah. What if, The Rock gives Roman dabs and be like, hey, I'm glad to see you at Mania. I mean, that's the thing. What if The Rock just appears, for God's sake, somewhere at Mania this time of this year? What if Austin appears? Because he does live in Vegas. That's his area.
Yeah.
What if we finally have that interaction between The Rock and Austin that we missed out on for? I think that would boost up ticket prices in itself too. If we got a little bit of tease before then. I don't know, man. There's a lot of what ifs. So many what ifs. So like I said, first off, thank you guys for commenting tonight. I know it's a late stream, but we
appreciate it.
We appreciate a lot. All these comments, all these, especially the whole WCW angle, got us way off a topic. But it's a good question.
So the newcomers, welcome. We appreciate the comments, the love, the likes, because we're seeing the likes over here. We definitely appreciate you guys. We definitely appreciate the conversation. So thank you. Honestly, thank you from the bottom of both of our hearts. Thank you.
So like and subscribe. If you can, like I said, tomorrow, I know you guys are going to be watching Chamber. Comment anytime you guys want tomorrow. We'll be watching it ourselves.
Yeah.
We'll also be giving out the results afterwards and basically
our grade and everything.
Yeah, we're also going to talk about what's going to happen, because obviously whatever happens tomorrow,
it's a set stone for WrestleMania.
It's basically the road to WrestleMania, and things could change for the better or at this point the worse.
Last comment from VV Joyce. When's the next time you guys are going to stream? I'll watch too. Thank you, VV Joyce. So we're going to do tomorrow the live stream. I'll join you stream tomorrow. Thank you. Appreciate it. So yeah, we're going to do tomorrow the live event. We're going to do the call by call, play by play. We actually started with Royal Rumble, but now we're actually going to do it tomorrow too. And then also we are always live Mondays after Raw.
An hour later after Raw.
Yeah. So that's where we're going to be at. So look for us on Monday. If you want to get the best time though, to honestly push that little like button, push that little bell to get the notification when we go live. Go ahead, brother.
As well, follow me on Instagram. If you guys have any questions, want to talk about wrestling, hey, ask me away, man. My chats are always open. Appreciate all you guys. You guys have a good night. Ooh, yeah.